Welcome to Yankton Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. This broadcast is made possible by the following Sportscaster Club members: Midwest Insurance Agency, Murph's Appliance, Yankton Thrive, Stockman's Motorsports, Les Schwab Tires, Linda's Angel Crossing, MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency, Hy-Vee, Vichy, Elwood Dental, Floortech Restoration, Angela's Mexican Store, Yankton Rexall, KFC Taco Bell, SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, Slumberland, Larry's Heating and Cooling, America's Best Realty, Larson Carpet, Elkhorn Valley Bank, Anytime Fitness, King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, Yankton Medical Clinic, All Seasons Power Sports, Kaiser Heating and Cooling, Wince and Ray Funeral Home, First Dakota National Bank, JR's Oasis, Intech Cleaning and Restoration, The Bone Setter, Triple Time Rudy's, Farmers Union Insurance, Meridian Photo, Graham Tire, Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, Kalen's Indoor Comfort, H&H Roofing, Boss's Pizza and Chicken, Wall of Fame, Midwest Ready Mix and Clark's Rentals, and Raven Books. Now, for the Anytime Fitness pregame show with the voice of Yankton Athletics, Zach Spear.
Hello and welcome to Aberdeen Central High School, where the Yankton Gazelles have made the trip into Aberdeen to take on the Golden Eagles. All Yankton athletics are presented by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. First Dakota has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. Gazelles basketball live today on Fox Sports Radio 101.5, AM 1570, and of course Yankton streaming on YouTube. Bucks are at home as they host the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. That is on Yankton streaming on YouTube exclusively with Parker Orr on the call, and that is live now. This is your Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show. Anytime Fitness of Yankton, let's make healthy happen. It's been a while, but Gazelles basketball is back after their Christmas break. Again on the road, this time to take on the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Coming into this one, the Golden Eagles have had a good start and are currently 4-1 on the year. Yankton is 1-2 on the season and looking to get their record back up to 500. This game could be interesting as the teams are quite different from each other. As we know, for Yankton, the Gazelles are an athletic team that likes to run any opportunity they can. They're going to be looking to push the pace in the game today. On the flip side, Aberdeen Central is a team with some bigs, and they like to slow things down and get set up on both sides of the ball. Let's take a look at the numbers from this year. For Yankton, they score 41 points per game. For Aberdeen Central, scoring 52 points per game. Yankton has allowed 42.5 points per game, and Aberdeen Central has been very good defensively, giving up only 39 points per game. For Yankton, their average game has been decided by about 1.5 points per game in their opponent's favor. For Aberdeen Central, the average win is by 13 points per game. Last year, the teams did match up 39-66. Aberdeen Central came away with the victory. Another fun thing to note about this game is that all of the girls who started last year when these teams played each other return this year as well. So we look at that last year matchup, and Aberdeen Central took care of business. Here's the thing about it, though. That game at halftime was a 1-point game. Yankton can certainly compete in this one. What impresses me right now, though, about the Golden Eagles is that they play a slower style game, but they still are scoring over 50 points per game. Yankton's defense will need to slow them down in today's game. For Yankton, they didn't shoot well last game, even though they did get some really good looks. I would expect shooting percentages to be up in this one. Right now on the floor, the sophomore game going on, and it is all tied up, 32 points apiece with just over 5 minutes to play in this one. So it could be a good finish here, and hoping for a great game to come as the varsity teams take the floor after. On your Anytime Fitness of Yankton pregame show, we did get a chance to talk with both head coaches ahead of this matchup. For Aberdeen Central, it's Peyton Burkhardt, and as always, Coach Savvy for the Gazelles. When we return, our chat with Coach Burkhardt of Aberdeen Central.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton. Located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
Lucky for us, life is full of choices, big and small, just as it should be. They define us, make us who we are. And when it comes time for you to choose, a car, home, your next big adventure, or start a new business, Farmers Union Insurance has the variety of choices to make sure you have the perfect coverage to protect each perfect moment. Farmers Union Insurance.
Welcome to Wall of Fame, where style meets customization, specializing in crafting custom clothing and print shirts. We ensure every stitch and every print is of the highest quality, so you get the best clothes every time. We're here for all your promotion needs, and the best part, our process is seamless. Simply share your designs with us and we'll handle the rest. Get custom clothes for the best price. Wall of Fame.
Hello and welcome to our Coaches Conversations. Now joining on the line is head coach Peyton Burkhardt of the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Coach, how are you doing today?
Good, how are you?
Looking forward to some basketball and a great start to the season for you and your team. You're currently at 4-1. Can you tell me about your team?
Yeah, we've had a really awesome start for our girls. We have all returners from last season, so it was really exciting to just get started, get things rolling with the season. Got our first game done off of the break, so things are looking good and the girls are excited and ready to go.
And your team seems to be consistent on offense, scoring over 50 in all but one game. What has worked so well on that side of the ball?
Yeah, we talked a lot about, our game plan and focusing on what suits us best. When are we the strongest? When are we the best? And that's when we set ourselves up in our half-court offense, get into what we want to run, whether that's our motion offense or sets. When we're our best and when we get the best looks is when we take the time to slow down and get into our stuff.
And then let's talk about your defense. What works well on that side of the floor?
A lot of team defense. We like to stick to that traditional man-to-man defense, and we talk a lot about how connected you have to be on the floor, both physically and then communicating with your teammates. So there's a lot of that going on, and we just work really hard to play defense as a team.
And now coming up as you host the Gazelles, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
Yeah, it's going to be good to kind of get into the swing of things, playing our regular season schedule. We got Minot out of the way, and now Yankton at home on Saturday. A good home game. Yankton's always a tough opponent. They work super hard. They're quick little guards, and so it'll be a good challenge for us.
And who are a couple of players on your team that we should expect to see making big plays, and what is it that they do well?
Taryn Hermanson and Lauren Burkhardt draw a lot of attention in the post and just all over the floor, so they always give us really good things. And then we have some guards that have been knocking down some shots with confidence for us. We have Emma Dorr, keeps us organized. Ava Yeski, Kennedy Withers has been an awesome spark for us, so we have a lot of different strengths.
And you talk about having everyone return from last year. How much easier does that make your life as a coach?
A lot easier. There's obviously still a lot of breakdown, learning things, but it wasn't so starting from ground zero. Obviously, we have some younger girls that have started joining the varsity crew, but it's a lot easier for them, too, to just kind of watch and learn from these older girls, these veterans on our team. So it's very nice from a coaching standpoint.
And then looking at each game in, game out, are there a few goals that you give your team for every single game?
Yeah, we talk a lot about rising to the occasion. Every single thing throughout our season is an occasion, whether that's practice, whether that's going up in the weight room, definitely games. Being present in the moment and being physically and mentally ready is huge for us because it's easy to kind of get caught up in all the other stuff that goes along throughout the season. So we talk a lot about rising to the occasion, and just sticking to our game plan and what works best for us.
And now let's talk about the big picture. Were there any goals you gave the team before the season started?
You know, obviously a goal in everyone's head is to make it to the state tournament, right? But, you know, and we all know that. That's not something we speak on highly. We take it one game at a time. And like I said, we just talk about the fact that every single game matters because it either puts you in a really good position to be at home and to have a higher seed and to have a better opportunity to get into that state tournament. So obviously those are some big goals, winning big games, but it's more so for us just being in the moment and taking it one game at a time.
Well, Coach, thanks a lot for the time. I really do appreciate it.
Yep, thank you.
Again, that was head coach Peyton Burkhardt of the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles on our Coaches Conversations. Coming up, our chat with Blake Savvy, head coach of the Gazelles on Fox Sports Radio 101.5 AM 1570 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Triple Time Rudy's on the corner of 16th and Broadway, Yankton. Stop in and check out their wide variety of items. Grab some snacks, whether you want chips, popcorn, or something sweet, they have it. Ice-cold beverages, or when you need that boost in the morning, coffee. You can also grab the best locally produced meats, meat sticks, and cheeses in the area. Guaranteed fresh. For those hot days, grab a Freezy too. Get all your car needs and 5 cents off a gallon when using cash. All at Triple Time Rudy's, Yankton.
The Bonesetter Chiropractic, Yankton. I'm Dr. TJ Stotes. When you need chiropractic, we're here. We use a hands-on approach, decompression traction, electrical stimulation, acupuncture, and state-of-the-art examination techniques. We're happy to offer exercise and supplement advice as well. The Bonesetter Chiropractic, 215 Mulberry, Suite 9, Yankton. Call or text 605-401-5701. Bringing you comfort when there's discomfort.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Authentic Mexican food goods with the family touch is here in Yankton at Angela's Mexican Store. From fresh produce and meats to the spices and the snacks you miss from home. Traveling or just moved? No problem. They accept money from many different countries. Check out the different kinds of money on the wall. Family owned, family loved. They treat you like family. Angela's Mexican Store, where culture meets community. Stop in today.
Les Schwab Tires, located at 2809 Broadway in Yankton. It's the place to buy tires with all different tread types to fit your needs and rims ready to make your vehicle shine. Not only do they sell tires, they fix them too. Flats, brakes, alignments, and more. You can feel confident that your car will be taken care of. No waiting for your tires, they should have them in stock. If you're looking for tractor or semi-tires, those are available too. Les Schwab Tires, where the sign says it all.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. I carry Tribal, Lulu Bee, Ethel, Southern Lady, and Old Ranch. I have other brands too. The nursery has everything you need for babies. Copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, bag sleepers, and baptism. Toddler clothing, boys and girls Under Armour to size 7, toys, little golden books, and other unique kids' toys. Linda's Angel Crossing, 1101 Broadway in Yankton.
Back on our Coaches Conversations, now chatting with head coach Blake Savvy of the Gazelles. Coach, I know it's been a while, but last we saw your team take on Sioux Falls, Washington. Tell me what you saw in that game.
Yeah, I was actually I was really proud of our effort defensively in that game. They're a big team, they're a long team, and they're fast. And so that's a tough matchup for us. Ideally, if there's a bigger team, we hope that we can be a little faster and quicker and run on them. But they're long, athletic, and fast, and they did a good job of that. But I really thought that we gave a really good effort to defend the whole night. Offensively, we were 8 of 49 from the field, and it's going to be tough to stay in a lot of games when the shots aren't falling like that. But we found the shots, and we defended hard, and so I was very proud of our effort.
And nearly 3 weeks between that last game and the one coming up, what are a few items that you and the team have been working on during this break?
Yeah, a lot of just, again, going back to defense, we added a few more wrinkles that we'll start to pull out here in this next phase of the season and just give some different looks to opposing offenses. And, I think the girls have responded really well to that. We're excited about those, kind of new things. And then offensively, continuing to work a lot of rebounding. Our transition game is something we really want to be, a staple of our game. And then breaking down some offensive actions and really focusing on how to read the defense based on how they guard our actions and just finding the right play, finding the next right play, and playing off of each other.
And now it's on to Aberdeen Central, who started out 4-1 this season. What are your thoughts on this matchup?
I think that they've got two really talented bigs in Lauren Burkhart and Taryn Hermanson. They're athletic and big presences down in the post. And we've got to be ready to defend them with a team effort. We don't have a girl that can go one-on-one with either of them. And so collectively, we've got to play some team post defense, make sure that we're in great position and communicating a lot. And when we're in position to get the defensive rebound, we have to go get it. They're going to get a few offensive boards just because of their height, their size, and their position. But when we have the capability and we're in position to go get that rebound, it's going to have to be ours. And then we got to run. We've got to make this a full court track meet, running all the time. And we've got the ability to do that and sub a little bit. And so we want it to be a full court game with a lot of running.
And this game, it's going to have something you usually don't see. All 10 starters from the matchup last year return to the floor this season. How does that help you as a coach to try and get ready for the matchup?
Yeah, I think it does help us in kind of understanding, what did we use last year that worked and what do we need to be ready for going into this year. I think if we look back to last year's game, we went into halftime. It was a 1-point game at halftime. And then they started to hit some shots from the outside and pulled away a little bit in the second half. But, we need to have a lot of confidence going in that we're going to push the pace and set the tempo of the game and kind of get them into a full court game that they might not necessarily want to be in and then go from there and really trust that, if we get them playing our style of game, they're going to be in a game that they don't want to play.
And as always, longer road trips can be tricky. How do you keep everyone's legs ready to roll?
Yeah, I think we talked about that today. Each girl is going to be different. They just have to understand that when 3 o'clock for the varsity, when 3 o'clock rolls around, we've got to be ready to go fight. It is going to be a dogfight tomorrow. We're going to have to be ready to take some bumps and bruises and be physical. And so, when you're leaving at 7 in the morning and not playing till 3, you've got to find a way, and again, each person is different, to just stay calm and relax, but also get yourself built up and that energy built up by the time 3 o'clock rolls around so that you're ready to throw the first punch.
And as you've mentioned a couple times, you're definitely a team that likes to push the tempo and likes running a lot. On the flip side, Aberdeen Central kind of the opposite of that. They like to slow things down, set up their offense, make sure their defense is all working together as a team. So pretty opposite teams. How do you think that affects the matchup?
Yeah, we like it. It's something where we really feel like the more that we can find ourselves in those 4-on-3, 5-on-3, 3-on-2 opportunities, we work on that a lot, and I think our girls have really grown in finding that correct shot and play quicker. And then, we want to create a little bit of chaos before they're able to get set in that half court offensively or defensively. And again, just kind of keep them out of what they want to do, which is just slow it down, make it a half-court game, and really punish you with their size. And so we're going to try as hard as possible to make it a full-court game and get the tempo sped up.
As always, appreciate the time. Good luck in this one, Coach.
Thank you very much.
Again, that was head coach Blake Savvy of the Yankton Gazelles. Coming up on the Anytime Fitness pregame show, national anthem, starting lineups, and game time, all on Fox Sports Radio 101.5, AM 1570, and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
MT and RC Smith Insurance has been a part of the Yankton community since 1949. Our agency would love to help you with your home, auto, business, life, and long-term care insurance needs.
We take pride in providing you with quality service when you have a claim or need to make changes to your coverage.
The MT and RC Smith Insurance Agency is flexible to meet with you in person or at the office at 204 West 4th Street. Give them a call for insurance changes, payments, claims, or service requests.
Floor Tech Cleaning and Restoration in Yankton, Mitchell, and Norfolk and surrounding areas is the call you need to make when you need your carpets, ductwork, or a trauma cleanup. With 24-hour emergency services for fire and water, mold mitigation, and reconstruction services for residential and commercial properties. Locally owned and operated at 220 East 3rd Street in Yankton.
When your home or floor is wet, call Floor Tech.
Craving something boss level delicious? Come out to Boss Pizza and Chicken, where flavor meets delicious and delicious meets drooling. Your taste buds won't be the same when you taste the bold flavors of Boss Pizza and Chicken. From crispy chicken to juicy burgers to handcrafted specialty pizzas, Boss has it all. Serving lunch and dinner Monday through Sunday starting at 11 o'clock. That's why they're the boss. Boss Pizza and Chicken, just waiting to crush your cravings.
Warmer days are coming, and sooner or later your air conditioning will need to kick in as well. But what if it doesn't? Well, don't wait. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling. With 43 years in the business, we're very knowledgeable on what we do and how we serve our customers. You can rest assured that when you call day or night, someone will always pick up the call. Join our elite club today and become a priority member. Skip the line, get discounts on services, and have no overtime fees. Call Larry's Heating and Cooling for expert service from factory-trained technicians.
Slumberland Furniture at 2401 Broadway in Yankton, home of Kirkland Furniture Group's, bedroom groups by Laguna, and dining sets by Tower and Catadel. They're also the only place to offer furniture by Flex Steel and the biggest selection of Lazy Boy in the area. The Mattress Gallery is full of the best brand name mattresses in the business, including the all-new Tempur-Pedic Active Breeze personalized climate-controlled mattress. Slumberland Furniture, dining, bedroom sets, and mattresses in Yankton.
Doctors Lane, Reed, and Cole Swatsky make up the SWAT Chiropractic team. Check out their new location at 2000 Summit Street, Yankton, South Dakota. At SWAT Chiropractic and Rehab, they'll treat your neck and back pain, headaches and migraines, plantar fasciitis, sciatica, sports injuries, elbow, knee, rotator cuff, nerve injuries, and more. SWAT Chiropractic, specialized wellness and therapy. Let them get you ready for wherever life leads you. And welcome back to Aberdeen Central High School as we await the matchup between the Yankton Gazelles and the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. As on the floor just moments ago, the sophomore game wrapped up, and it was a 42-32 victory for Aberdeen Central. Now, this game was tied with about 5 minutes to play, so really was a good one, and then the Golden Eagles just took over late in that game. For the varsity Gazelles, looking to avenge the sophomore team, come out with a victory here today. It's just under a 4-hour drive to make it from Yankton into Aberdeen. So that is one of the topics I asked Coach Savvy about, and I did actually get a chance to talk to him right ahead of this as well, and he said the legs are fresh, ready to roll, and the girls are ready to take to the floor. So we should be in for a good one. Again, this is the Anytime Fitness Yankton pregame show. All Yankton athletics are presented by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. This is Gazelles basketball on Fox Sports 101.5 AM 1570 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. Back in Yankton, the Bucks are hosting the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, as well as Parker Orr is on the call. Again, that's on Yankton streaming on YouTube exclusively, as we will have USD, or currently is USD Athletics, going on right now on Classic Hits 106.3. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm Zach Spear alongside Justin Paisano, helping out running the stream. And let's take a look at the last time the Gazelles were on the floor. Again, it's been almost 3 weeks since the Gazelles were on the floor, and they took on Sioux Falls, Washington, in which they fell 57-24. Your stats in that one. Kelson Wells had 2 rebounds and a steal. Addison Muth off the bench with a rebound. Jocelyn Elwood had a steal. Eden Wolf-Graham an all-around game with 10 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals. For Nora Kraske, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. Jordan Kudera off the bench with a rebound, as well as Tyan Bestie with 1 rebound off the bench. September Rao had 2 points, 7 rebounds, and a steal. Sabrina Kraske with 6 points in that one. Brenna Elwood also with 6 points and a rebound. And Brenna Elwood, definitely a player. Don't be shocked if you start hearing her name a lot throughout the season. Has definitely earned some valuable minutes here on this Gazelle squad. Olivia Woods chipped in an assist. And also we saw Lucy Johnson, Berkeley Olson, and Madeline Tarashinsky on the floor. For the Gazelles, they had 24 total points, 20 rebounds, 6 assists, and 5 steals. You know, really well below their averages as they average about 42 points per game. Before this game, averaging over 10 steals per game, only 5 there. 6 assists off of 24 points. You don't hate that number, though. But looking at the shooting percentages, I did mention earlier in our pregame how they got some really good looks. They just really were not falling for Yankton. On the floor, they shot 19%, which was actually below what they shot from three-point range. From three-point, they shot 21%. And really the one area where they shot pretty decent was from the free throw line, in which they shot at a 75% clip. Might be a Saturday, but we've got some other games going on. But first we'll recap what went on in AA yesterday, and then we'll get to the other games going on around the state today. So yesterday in AA action, we start with the girls. Mitchell took on Harrisburg. Mitchell, a team receiving votes on the polls, defeated Harrisburg 42-33. Sturgis Brown hosted Watertown, and they came out with the win 57-47. T-Area traveled into Douglas and came out with a win 58-27. A inner-city clash between Rapid City Stevens and Rapid City Central, where Stevens defeated Central 64-52. And then did not get a look at the Brandon Valley Marshall, Minnesota game. I believe that one rescheduled for today. We'll be back with that in a moment. In boys AA action yesterday, Brandon Valley did take on Marshall, Minnesota. Brandon Valley in South Dakota receiving votes, and this certainly should help them. A victory over Marshall, Minnesota, 59-58, a one-point game last night. Watertown defeated Sturgis Brown 69-42. T-Area receiving votes traveled into Douglas and came away with a win 62-40. Now let's look at the games going on outside of this one today. Douglas and Watertown currently battling it out at halftime. Douglas on top with a score of 19-17. Again, that's over the Watertown Arrows. Sioux Falls, Washington traveling into Huron. And Sioux Falls, Washington, that's who the Gazelles saw last. Sioux Falls, Washington currently the third-ranked team with 2 minutes left in the third on top of Huron, 47-29. And early in the first quarter right now, T-Area currently leads Sturgis Brown 5-0. That game being played at Sturgis Brown High School. Of course, coming up here we have the Gazelles against Aberdeen Central in Aberdeen. And then later, well, actually at the same time, 3 o'clock, but just no score updates, PRTF Riggs will take on Bismarck, North Dakota in a cross-state battle. In boys AA, also at 3, PRTF Riggs against Bismarck, North Dakota. At home, that game should be getting started shortly as the Bucks host the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Again, that's at 3 o'clock. Parker Orr is on the call with Joshua Swenson helping out operate the stream. Game time set for 3 o'clock. That game is live right now on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. T-Area will travel into Sturgis Brown to take on the Scoopers at 3:30 today. T-Area receiving votes with a 2-1 record. Sturgis Brown with a 1-2 record. Watertown will travel into Douglas, and Watertown receiving votes in boys AA. Douglas not on the polls. Sioux Falls, Washington will travel into the Huron Arena to take on the Tigers, and Huron definitely a team to keep an eye on this season. Currently ranked number 2 in the polls, and they sit with a 4-1 record. Sioux Falls, Washington 1-4. The Bucks fell to them not so long ago, and I tell you what, Sioux Falls, Washington might be 1-4, but certainly a talented team, as the Bucks had a very difficult start to their season. Just a lot of good talent that they faced. And then again, inter-city clash as Rapid City Stevens will travel to Rapid City Central. That game is at 8 o'clock tonight. Again, we are awaiting the matchup between the Yankton Gazelles and the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Tip-off was set for 3 o'clock. We're probably looking a little closer until 3:10 until we get started. And a lot yet to come here on our Anytime Fitness pregame show. It's being extended just a little bit here on the floor. As again, it was a pretty good game in the sophomore game. Ended up being a 10-point difference, but was tied up with under 5 minutes to play until the Golden Eagles really just decided to play well and come away with a 10-point victory. Right now for the Gazelles, 1-2 on the season. Now, a note, they did go 1-19 last season, so definitely looking for a jump here this year. It was good to get that first win just out of the way, and earlier in the season we did talk with Coach Savvy about that, just getting it out of the way, and it takes a little bit of the pressure off. And as he mentioned, it's a good thing to have that pressure, because what it tells you is there's some expectations within your team, and that's the team holding themselves accountable. And just excited to see where this young Gazelle squad can go, because they still play a lot of youth on their team and will return a lot of talent even looking into next year. We'll look at the season stats for the squad. The leader in scoring to start for the Gazelles. She led last year as well. It's junior guard Eden Wolfgram. Just shy of 10 points per game this season. That is down from last year, and still kind of waiting on that one big game. She's usually good for a 30-pointer here and there in the season, looking for that sometime this year, and she can be electric. Following her closely in scoring per game is September Rao, who puts in 8 a game. And then a few other Gazelles who just chip in regularly. Nora Kraske with 4.7 points per game. Sabrina Kraske has scored 4 points per game off the bench. Brenna Elwood with 3 1/3 points per game, and Jordan Kudera with 3 points per game. All of those off the bench, as well as Tyan Bestie with 3 points per game. September Rao is kind of the do-it-all for the Gazelles. Second in scoring, she leads the way in rebounding. She has nearly doubled up anyone else on the team with just over 4 rebounds per game. The next closest two would be Eden Wolfgram and Nora Kraske, who each average 2.7 rebounds per game. September Rao also leads the way in assists per game with just over 2 assists per game. And then also chipping in is Sabrina Kraske and Nora Kraske with 1.3 assists per game. And then Jocelyn Elwood, Eden Wolfgram, and Madeline Tereshinsky all 1 assist per game. And on the defensive side, again, September Rao leads the way with 1.7 steals per game, and all with 1.3 steals per game. Jocelyn Elwood, Eden Wolfgram, Jordan Kudera, and Tyan Bestie. For the Gazelles, they get just over 18 rebounds a game, and that is something huge that Coach Savvy always talks about, is their defensive rebounding percentage, as you just don't want to give up extra point opportunities. Again, coming into this game, they average 11 steals per game, only had 5 steals last game. That could be a big difference maker here for the Gazelles today as they take on a very talented Aberdeen Central squad. Again, the Golden Eagles return all of their starters from last year, but so do the Gazelles. And last year, this game was a 1-point game at the half. We should be in for a good one today. Thanks again for tuning in today on Fox Sports Radio 1015 AM 1570 and Yankton streaming on YouTube. We are just a few minutes away from our national anthem. Starting lineups and tip-off just moments away. We'll step aside for a moment and be back after this.
My name is Taylor Reining, and at Elkhorn Valley Bank and Trust, there really is a difference. So Elkhorn Valley Bank is different from other institutions because we value our customers and we want them to feel valued. Our customers will walk in the door and we'll greet them by name. We know who their kids are, we know what their background is, we can ask them how things are going, and we pick up where we left off from the last time that they were in. Elkhorn Valley Bank, great for you, great for your community.
There's a whole new world out there. It's called the off-road, and it's waiting to be explored in a Polaris. So gear up to make every moment count with the Polaris off-road vehicle. The new Polaris models are now available at Stockman's Motorsports in Yankton. No matter the weather, get ready to tackle all the trails. With machines like these, your world just gets bigger. Stop in at Stockman's Motorsports today to learn more about the epic new Polaris off-road lineup. There's a whole new world out there. It's called the...
Imagine working for a successful global business with customers in 140 countries. That's Vishay Intertechnology, a Fortune 1000 maker of electronic componentry. Now imagine a company of that size with that kind of stability and a caring family-like environment. Learn more about what you can do at Vishay by visiting VishayCareers.com. Vishay is an equal opportunity employer. Vishay, the DNA of tech.
When you need top-notch appliances that last, trust the experts at Murph's Appliance. From washers and dryers to refrigerators, they have all the trusted brands to keep your home running smoothly. At Murph's, you'll find Maytag appliances built for durability and service you can count on. Whether it's a new oven or a repair, they're there for you every step of the way. Stop on down to Murph's Appliance, your local Maytag dealer in Vermilion. Maytag and Murph's, reliable just like you.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
And back to the floor as you hear the buzzer sound as we are nearing tip-off between the Yankton Gazelles and the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. We'll have our national anthem, starting lineups, and tip-off on the floor. It is all coming up. Again, all Yankton athletics presented by First Dakota National Bank of Yankton. As now it is time for your national anthem. We'll keep it here for it. Again on the floor, you just heard the national anthem. And now the team's getting ready to roll as the Gazelles in their road black jersey and shorts trimmed out in red and white for Aberdeen Central, in their home white jersey and shorts trimmed out in blue and gold as we near closer and closer to game time as we load up our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard on Yankton streaming on YouTube. If you're tuned in on Fox Sports Radio and would like to watch this game live, it's on Yankton streaming on YouTube, as well as the Yankton Bucks game in Yankton. It's time for your starting lineups now. They're presented by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion. For all your heating and cooling needs, it's Larry's Heating and Cooling, anytime, any day. Starting with the home team, the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles, who come in at 4-1. Number 10, it's the senior guard, Ava Yeski. Senior forward for the Golden Eagles at 5'9", number 12, Kennedy Withers. Another senior in the starting lineup, guard 5'7", number 20, it's Emma Dorr. The lone junior in the lineup for the Golden Eagles, forward 6'1", 33, it's Lauren Burkhardt. And to round off the Golden Eagles lineup, senior center at 6'1", number 44, Taryn Hermanson. It's now time to meet your Yankton Gazelles starting lineup presented by Larry's Heating and Cooling of Yankton and Vermilion.
Kelson Wells, number 3, forward.
Jocelyn Elwood, number 5, guard.
Eden Wolfgram, number 10, guard.
Nora Krasky, number 11, guard.
September Rao, 21, guard.
And back to the floor here. Tip-off just moments away. The Yankton Gazelles traveling into Aberdeen to take on the Central Golden Eagles. Both teams have made it to the floor. And meeting in the center circle for the Gazelles, it is September Rao. She'll jump against Lauren Burkhardt of the Golden Eagles. Burkhardt, a junior, Rao only a sophomore, and Burkhardt with the height advantage here in the center circle. Rao, maybe not the tallest, but she's won majority of the tips for the Gazelles despite being shorter. Ball is up in the air, and the tip will be controlled by Aberdeen Central. The Golden Eagles move it right to left here on your screen as you watch it on Yankton Streaming. Up ahead, they move it a quick 3. Lauren Burkhardt buries it. A quick start for the Aberdeen Central offense as Lauren Burkhardt, the junior forward, breaks open the seal with a quick 3 as Wolfgram tries to answer on the other end. Put just too much on it on the running jumper. 3-0, 30 seconds in with the Golden Eagles in the lead. Burkhardt again with it beyond the perimeter, gives it up to Ava Yeski. They move it beyond the three-point line and now to the hands of Emma Dorr. Dorr over to Yeski on the near side, corner 3. It's been good defense here for the Gazelles on this set as they work it down low. Hermanson works with it, takes a step, fades out, no good on the shot. Eden Wolfgram pulls in the rebound and brings it the other direction for the Gazelles. Wolfgram thought about that three-pointer, had a screen from Wells. Instead, will dish it to Wells, who gives it right back. Wolfgram brings it to the far side, hands it off. Krasky drives it. Now to Elwood, down low. Wells has it, trying to fight through. She gets the bucket. Kelson Wells, the first scorer of the game here for Yankton, as it's 3-2. Aberdeen Central in the lead early in this one. For the Golden Eagles, Emma Dorr brings the ball down the floor. Was a great defensive set for Yankton as now Burkhardt buries another 3. Lauren Burkhardt, 2 threes already to start this game. She's up to 6 and has all 6 for the Golden Eagles, who lead it by 4. Wolfgram pump fake the 3, drives it baseline, reverse layup, left it short, fights for the rebound, and it'll be a jump ball. Great effort there by Eden Wolfgram. It keeps the basketball with Yankton. Inbounding here, Jocelyn Elwood, as we have seen no subs so far for either side. A fresh shot clock. And now the inbound lobbed up to Wolfgram on the near side. She's beyond the perimeter, looks for a screen from Wells. She'll take it, tried splitting the defenders, but great defense there by Emma Dorr as into the lane. It's stripped away by Taryn Hermanson. 2 minutes into this one, it's a 6-2 lead for Aberdeen Central. Whistles blow, and now a foul. As Kennedy Withers on the jumper will head to the free throw line. Kelson Wells will pick up her first personal. It's the first foul of the game overall. Withers with a chance at the charity stripe twice here. Swishes in the first of two. A good start for Aberdeen Central. Is now checking in is Jordan Kudera for Yankton. Kudera, a sub who gets plenty of playing time here for Yankton. As the next free throw good as well. Kudera, a freshman, and she'll take the ball down the floor. Rao will bring it down as well as she inbounded it, drove it baseline, finds Nora Kraske, fires the three on the far side, in and out it went. Bounced out of bounds, and last touch there by Lauren Burkhardt. A really good look there for Nora Kraske, who's been a good shooter on the season. Couldn't get that one to go. A quick inbound to Kudera. And now a turnover in the lane as Withers ended up with it in her hands. Rao making things difficult for the Golden Eagles. Now knocked out of bounds by Kudera. It'll stay with the Golden Eagles, but great effort there from the Gazelles. 5:25 to play in our first quarter of action, and Aberdeen Central leads 8-2. And now a sub coming in as Camden Borg will check in place of Taryn Hermanson. One sub in for each side. Now a cross-court pass. Borg, an immediate fire from three, knocks it in. Aberdeen Central cannot miss right now. That is their third triple of the game. Less than 3 minutes in, it's 11-2. Wolfgram at the elbow, tries to step it back, swings it out. Nora Kraske the answer. Three put too much on it. And now a foul on the floor as Wolfgram will pick up her first personal. Wolfgram with her first. Yankton with 2 fouls now in the first quarter. And now whistles will blow. Not sure if it was a timeout or if they wanted to make sure the clock was correct. So we will inbound again here for Aberdeen Central. Golden Eagles working on offense. Another three-point attempt and another. No, they're going to count it as a 2, but my goodness, they cannot miss. Kennedy Withers hits the deep 2, and it is a double-digit lead immediately for the Golden Eagles. Yankton's offense looking to get something going. Nora Kraske drove with it, got a good look from the mid-range jumper. Again, in and out it goes. Yankton just can't get it to fall right now, and that's kind of what we saw in their last game. They trail 11 and are on defense right now. With it, Emma Dorr swings it. Another jumper. Withers knocks it in with Rao in her face. This Aberdeen Central looks ready to roll here today. They just are shooting lights out as we take a timeout. Coach Savvy wants to talk things over. It's a Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. Locally owned for 4 generations, call them for water softening and purification, salt, reverse osmosis needs, and bottled water. That's Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton. We'll just keep it here as it was a 30-second timeout. I tell you what, though, Aberdeen Central right now just absolutely cannot miss. Yankton's defense has gotten a hand in their face multiple times, and it just has not disrupted the Golden Eagles whatsoever. A team with a lot of height, and you expect them to work it down low, but it's been their outside shooting that's really taken over in this one. And for Yankton, they've gotten some good looks on offense, just aren't dropping right now. It's really, that is your difference right there, is the shooting on each side. 15-2, Yankton trails with possession halfway through our first quarter here. Rao will get it into Wolfgram, who looks for her first score of the game as she's now fouled. Trying to drive with it. Aberdeen Central not giving her much room there. Foul goes on Ava Yeski. It's the first for the Golden Eagles and first for Yeski. Rao again to inbound. It just has to lob it up, and it's poked free, and now a foul, I believe, on Aberdeen Central. Thought they were maybe going to get Kraske with the foul. Instead, it'll be on Camden Borg. So back-to-back fouls for this Golden Eagles team. Brenna Elwood has checked in, and Jocelyn Elwood for the Gazelles. And late to the scorer's table now, coming in, is Berkeley Olson. Nora Kraske, September Rao, and Kelson Wells all to the bench here for the Gazelles. 15-2, they trail. Wolfgram gets the handoff, launches a deep three off the front iron. It goes. Rebound to the hands of Lauren Burkhardt and Aberdeen Central. 3:37 now to play in our first quarter. It's 15-2. Wolfgram tried applying pressure. Aberdeen Central not phased as the ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Yankton. Inbounding it here is Emma Dorr for Aberdeen Central. Looking for anything, and they always have that safety outlet of the 6'1 Burkhardt. And now a quick three attempt fight for the rebound. Ends up with Yankton, but I believe we'll have a jump ball. Jump ball favors Aberdeen Central, so the basketball will stay on the left side of the floor for the Golden Eagles. Looked like Jordan Cooter got her hands on it first, but Aberdeen Central, a nice heads-up play to get a hand on it. Again, the inbound gets into Lauren Burkhardt. A couple of pump fakes now to Dorr, who thought about the three. Golden Eagles swinging around the perimeter from the far side. Now the near side off of Hermanson's hands it goes. A turnover forced by Yankton as they are doubling up Taryn Hermanson down low, and they do not want to let her get any freebies. A defender behind and in front of Hermanson. That time it worked and forces the turnover here for Yankton. Wolfgram brings the ball down the floor. Now Brenna Elwood with it. To the elbow, tried swinging it out to Jocelyn. Jocelyn is trying to say the ball was tipped, but as of right now, they're going to say it's Aberdeen Central basketball, and that call will stick. 3 to play here in our first quarter on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. The Fox Stop at the corner of West City Limits Road and 30th Street, Yankton, a full-service convenience store with hot food, Godfather's Pizza, personal pizza, sandwiches, munchies, and beverages. Pay at the pump, gas and diesel fuel, firewood, and propane exchange. Subs on each side. It's Aberdeen Central basketball. Gazelles are going to need a run to try and close this gap here. Plenty of game time left, but trailing 13 early here in the first half. Eagles work it right to left. Crossing the court into Camden Borg, they move it. Borg now out to Dorr. Ball is knocked right back to Borg's hands, who's beyond the perimeter. 13 to shoot for Aberdeen Central. That's Coach Savvy showing arms out for his whole squad. Camden Borg pump fakes the three. Ball is tipped, and that'll be a turnover stolen away by Eden Wolfgram. That is the first steal of the game for Yankton as Wolfgram drives in for the layup, was looking to get some contact, but clean defense from Aberdeen Central, and they get the rebound. It has been a slow offensive start here for Yankton, and the opposite for Aberdeen Central. 15 already for them with over 2 minutes to play in our first quarter. Yeski swings at Kennedy Withers. Now down low, they move it. Burkhardt. Burkhardt trying to work down low, left that one short. Wolfgram pulls in another rebound. Moving up the floor quickly, Berkeley Olson, a wide open fast break layup, and she'll sink it for 2. Berkeley Olson did a nice job, knew she had no chance of getting that rebound, sprinted down the floor, and Wolfgram found her. Now Aberdeen Central looks to move it quickly as Withers answers on the other end. 17-4, 93 seconds to play in our first quarter. Aberdeen Central leads. Mid-range jumper no good by Jordan Kudera. Goes out of bounds, and last touch by Kudera. As September Rao will now check in for the Gazelles, and Wolfgram will head to the bench. The 2 leading scorers for Yankton coming into this game, neither with any points in the first quarter. Full court pressure here for the Gazelles. Looking for some kind of spark to get their team rolling. Camden Borg crosses the timeline up to the 3-point line. Now gives it up Yeski. Yeski up top, Withers. Around the horn they move it. Another three, and it's good for Amador. Lights out shooting from Aberdeen Central. They are up 20-4 with 57 seconds to play in our first quarter. Yankton moving it left to right. Jordan Kudera, the answer three, knocks it down. Jordan Kudera gets her first bucket of the game. It's 20-7. That felt like a much-needed bucket for the Gazelles offense. About a 9-second difference between shot and game clock, but now a foul on Yankton, their third team foul in the first quarter. It was an off-ball foul. We'll see who it's on. Berkeley Olson picked up the foul, her first personal. Amador has it at the elbow. Lauren Burkhardt takes the three. Another one for Lauren Burkhardt. She has knocked down 3 triples in our game already, and we're still in the first quarter. It's 23-7. Losing the basketball there. Ty and Bestie able to regather it. Under 10 seconds to play in our first quarter. Yankton looking to score as Elwood, a nice crossover to split the defenders. Now 2 to shoot as driving with it. Berkeley Olson, her shot denied. And that buzzer will sound and signal the end of our first quarter. It's 23-7. Aberdeen Central leads over the Yankton Gazelles. Hot shooting from the outside. When we return, it's 23-7. Gazelles trail on Fox Sports Radio and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Midwest Insurance Agency values family. Our agency has been family-run for over 60 years. We pride ourselves on excellent, knowledgeable customer service. This day and age, everyone is so eager to have an immediate response with a quote. But at Midwest Insurance, we take our time and evaluate your assets and make sure you are properly insured. We take those what-ifs very seriously. As we continue on our family business with hopes of our children, Brooke or Jet, taking over in the future, we will continue to be there for you always. Come be a part of our family. Midwest Insurance Agency, 3016 Piper Street, Yankton.
Welcome to JR's Oasis, your one-stop food and gas shop. Proud to serve Phillips 66 regular, premium, and diesel fuel. After fueling, go inside for slushies and shakes, ice cream cones, and now offering a full line of healthy, chilled items and snacks. JR's hot menu is great for breakfast, lunch, and supper, featuring the famous Hammer Breakfast Sandwich and fresh hand patty burgers. Try the new Cafe Tango frozen coffees for that extra boost of deliciousness. JR's Oasis, East Highway 50, Yankton.
And as we return to the second quarter, we'll watch that replay of that long pass for the bucket for the Gazelles. All replays brought to you by Yankton Winnelson. That's on Yankton streaming on YouTube again. Now the Gazelles start with it for the second quarter. Driving baseline, Eden Wolfgram. They're going to call her for a carry. A violation there for Yankton. And a turnover to start the second quarter. Yankton needs to get things rolling here, but Aberdeen Central, it's tough when they can't miss these outside shots. They work it down low. Hermanson, it's tipped away. Jocelyn Elwood ends up with it. Yankton, a much-needed stop. Nora Kraske fires a quick three on the other end. No good, but an offensive rebound. Berkeley Olson. Yankton, another opportunity for it. Leaving it short. There was Jocelyn Elwood. Shooting percentage right now is the entire difference in this game. Golden Eagles back on offense with it. Cross court, they move it. Emma Dorr, she gets cut off to Burkhardt. She wants her fourth three of the night and finally misses, but Hermanson, the offensive board, puts it back up. No good. September Rao brings it in. Yankton's defense is really, they're making things difficult for Aberdeen Central, but the Golden Eagles just continue to make shots. Kraske, three is off target. 23-7, 6:38 to play in our first half of action. Aberdeen Central leads and has the basketball. They get it down low. Hermanson drives with it, left-handed off the glass and in. Berkeley Olson hit the deck, and Yankton was maybe looking for an offensive foul. Instead, they moved on offense. The high arcing three from Jocelyn Elwood, just too much on it. It's been a struggle shooting the basketball for Yankton here early in this one. 2 minutes into the second quarter, and it's 25-7, an 18-point lead for the Golden Eagles. And now a whistle will blow and a foul against Nora Kraske. And the official must have not liked, she must have said something, as he made sure to give her a look and let her know next time don't make any comment on the call. One foul against Nora Kraske. That's the first team foul for either side in the second quarter against the Gazelles. Driving with it, Camden Borg for the Golden Eagles. Dishes it out to Cameron Albrecht. Albrecht picks up her dribble, her pass. Might be long. It'll be a backcourt violation and a defensive stop for Yankton. Yankton trails 25-7. As a quick update on the Bucks game, again, that's on Yankton streaming on YouTube. Bucks lead 34-18 late in the first half. Again, that's on Yankton streaming on YouTube with Parker Orr. Driving with it and losing the basketball out of bounds there are the Gazelles. Brenna Elwood had it. It was tipped out, though, so it'll stay with Yankton. .5:38 to play in the first half here. Yankton needs some scoring, and Rao tries to take a three, left it short. Ball will bounce out of bounds and back to the hands of Aberdeen Central. Bucks looking for their first win of the season. Yankton Gazelles looking for their second win. Again, a very good team, though, in Aberdeen Central, who started the year 4-1 and a quick steal. Eden Wolfgram has it going the other direction. Should be her first points. It is. Wolfgram scores it and gets her second steal. 25-9. It's 16 points the difference. Again, plenty of game time, but Yankton is going to have to start rolling. Their defense has caused some issues, but Aberdeen Central, every good look has fallen. A cross-court pass over to Ava Yeski. Thought about the three, brings it baseline. She's cut off, gives it up. Borg, the high-arcing three, a swish. At some point, you feel like they've got a miss, but so far that has not happened. 28-9. Now the Gazelles on offense with it. Wolfgram wanted the answer. Pump faked it a couple times, takes it on the third attempt, bounces around and out. Withers brings it in. Aberdeen Central back to work on offense. Yeski tried getting it down low to Withers, but good help defense by the Gazelles, as now cut off is Borg at the baseline, and a travel on Withers. A traveling violation, and Yankton will take over, as now checking in is Kelson Wells, Jordan Kudera, and Tyan Bestie for Yankton. Yankton moving it left to right. Wolfgram finds some space just beyond the free throw line. Rolls around the rim, falls off on the front end. Lauren Burkhardt pulled in the rebound, and she will bring the ball down the floor. Halfway through our second quarter now. Yeski on the far side corner three gets cut off up top to Burkhardt. Down low, they move it, and a falling effort. No good there, as Ashlyn Barons tried bringing it in. Now Kelson Wells moves it the other direction for Yankton. On the layup, she's fouled. Didn't get the shot to fall, but two free throws coming up. Kelson Wells took no time getting from one end of the floor to the next. Trying to go coast to coast, now an opportunity for two. First of two is good. Foul win against Ashlyn Barons. The 5'10 center for Aberdeen Central, as Wells goes 2 for 2. And now they're going to negate the free throw, saying it was a lane violation. Don't see that one too much. So it'll be 28-10. An 18-point game, 3.5 to play in our first half of action. Up top, Lauren Burkhardt tries to find it down low to Behrens. Behrens falls to the ground and travels. Now, Behrens did a nice job of even getting that pass in. That one really could have just sailed out of bounds, but it knocked her off balance. She falls with it, and a travel to give the ball right back to Yankton. Gazelles with it, a bounce pass out to Wolfgram on the far side, corner 3. Wolfgram finds a cutter, bounce pass, Jordan Kudera, count it! Jordan Kudera, the and one, as we'll watch the replay on Yankton Streaming, brought to you by Yankton Winnelson, second generation, family owned and supporting the local community, including Yankton Athletics, since 1981. Jordan Kudera up to 5 points, can get 6 with a free throw to fall. A nice feed there from Wolfgram for her first assist of the game. Jordan Kudera with 5 in the game. Too much on that one, and pulling in the rebound is Hermanson. Yankton nearly got a hand on it, but Aberdeen Central will take over. Under 3 minutes to play in the first half here. Aberdeen in the lead by 16. Wolfgram in coverage on Yeski. Yeski, a nice dish to Hermanson off the glass is good. Golden Eagles are up to 30 points here in our first half with a couple minutes remaining. Jordan Kudera up to the free throw line. Now they swing it out. Kelson Wells wants the triple, no. Rebound is up for grabs. Wells ends up with it on the far rebound. And the whistle will blow. And it's going to stay with Yankton as September Rao checks in place of Tyan Bestie. 2.5 to play in our first half of action. Eden Wolfgram has it near the logo of Aberdeen Central. Wolfgram directing traffic, takes a screen from Wells. Into the lane she goes. Tries fighting through the contact. That one rolls off the rim, headed the other direction. Yankton looking for a defensive stop. They really need one here. As down low they move it. Hermanson, an easy 2 she gets as Wells falls to the ground and left Hermanson there with no one between her and the basket. 32-12, it's a 20-point difference favoring Aberdeen Central. September Rao dishes it out. Kudera takes the screen, steps it back. Her triple looked like a hand got on it. Nora Kraske, the offensive rebound, keeps this possession alive for Yankton. Kudera, her next 3 attempt, no good. But again, an offensive rebound. This time it's Wolfgram. Multiple attempts here for Yankton. They'd love to come away with some points. They got a fresh shot clock as it did hit the rim. 25 to shoot with 80 seconds to play in our first half. Wells pump fakes the 3, finds some room in the lane, fouled on the layup. A nice move by Kelson Wells. Hermanson came out to defend the 3, got her on her feet, stepped around her, got into the lane, and fouled on the runner. Wells went 2 for 2 in her last trip to the line, but had a free throw negated after a lane violation. Makes the first of 2 on this trip. 32-13. Aberdeen leads. Wells, the second half of 2 free throws on the way, and it falls. So Kelson Wells with 5 points as Jocelyn Elwood will check in for Wells. Wells, who is technically 4 of 4 shooting at the charity stripe. Only 3 points credit for it, though, again with that lane violation. Full court pressure here from Yankton. Again, a team that likes to run. They're going to try and cause issues for Aberdeen Central, a team who likes to slow things down, get their offense set up. Emma Dorr with it. Gives it up to Withers. She's covered by Wolfgram way beyond the perimeter. They dish it out. Now Dorr, near side corner 3. No good, and the Gazelles a sigh of relief as one finally doesn't go in. Wolfgram wants to bring it coast to coast, drives with it, high off the glass, count it! Eden Wolfgram gets it to drop, gets the foul. What a play. Julia Malsum with the foul here. And Eden Wolfgram, what an athletic move to get to the basket and score it with the foul. She's up to 5 in the game. Aberdeen Central now picking up a quick foul. Jocelyn Elwood putting a little too much pressure on Emma Dorr. That will reset the shot clock. It's a 7-second difference between shot and game clock. Aberdeen Central up 15. Gazelles have slowly started chipping away at that lead. It was at 20, now down to 15. To Burkhart at the elbow, they move it. A defender glued to her as she moves into the lane, spins a couple of times, lofts it up. She's been impressive, and she's got 2 more. Yankton moves it quickly down the other side. They have an opportunity for the final shot of the first half. We'll see if they choose to decide on taking that final shot. Elwood drives it baseline, kicks it out, wide open. Wolfgram for 3, knocks it in. Eden Wolfgram buries the 3. And on the other side, Yankton gets it back. 2 to play, and Wolfgram, the half-court heave, just barely missed it. Would have been quite the finish. Instead, we wrap up our half. It is 34-20. Yankton has slowly chipped away at that lead. As let's take a watch that replay. Brought to you by Yankton Winnelson. That 3-pointer knocked in by Eden Wolfgram. We'll have your halftime stats, a score update on the Bucks game. That's also live on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. And more to come during our Vichy Yankton halftime show. That's here on Fox Sports Radio and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you got to call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
As we continually strive to improve the quality of service we provide the Yankton community, the Garden of Memories Cemetery and Winston Ray Funeral Home are pleased to announce the completion of a brand new columbarium. This columbarium is constructed of granite, designed to withstand the test of time. It is for those families choosing cremation and features above-ground outdoor niches, which includes a bronze plaque to memorialize your loved one, as well as indoor glass front niches where families can create a unique memorial with pictures or other family heirlooms. For more information, please give us a call at the Winston Ray Funeral Home in Yankton.
From simple sniffles to complex health conditions, the primary care providers at Yankton Medical Clinic will not only see you for your annual visits, screenings, and preventative care, but also provides care for the entire family, from pediatrics to adults. With 4 clinic locations and 15 outreach locations throughout South Dakota and Nebraska, compassionate, quality medical care is closer than you think. For more information on providers, services, and locations, visit our website, yanktonmedicalclinic.com.
If you're into hunting, fishing, towing, or just want to blaze the trail, All Seasons has ATVs, UTVs, dirt bikes, and scooters from quality brands like Honda, Yamaha, and CF Moto. Needing watercraft? All Seasons has a large selection of quality boats and wave runners, and we take pride in service after the sale. We have friendly certified technicians that will winterize, summarize, diagnose, and repair your power sports equipment. In business for over 20 years for good reasons. We're All Seasons, Power Sports and Marine in Yankton.
Do you like to read? I love to read. So does Raven Books, your unique bookstore in Yankton, where you'll find thousands of books from brand new to gently used oldies but goodies, all at unbeatable prices. Trade in your old favorites for credit and be able to explore something new. Whether you're a casual reader or a bookworm, Raven Books is your next chapter, located at 804 Bill Baggs Road. Raven Books, where every book finds a home.
Weather around here gets pretty crazy. Are you sure the weather hasn't caused damage to your roof? Let Justice at H&H Roofing in Yankton take any roof damage worries away. He'll come and inspect your roof. Even if you've had an inspection, get a second opinion or re-inspection for your peace of mind. H&H Roofing has built their reputation on working to satisfy homeowners for years. Family owned and operated, H&H Roofing is bonded and insured. Contact Justice today.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus, tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
As we return for the Vishay Yankton halftime show, Vishay define the world's future. Vishay electronic components bring to life the world's most important products, products that touch lives everywhere, every day. Vishay building the DNA of tech. And a quick score update for the Yankton Bucks, who are at home against Aberdeen Central. They lead with 6:30 to play in the third quarter. It's 36-20, now 36-22. Aberdeen Central just scored here on the floor for the Gazelles. It is 34-20, but it was up to a 20-point lead, and the Gazelles felt like they started getting their shots to fall early. It just felt like nothing would go for the Gazelles, unfortunately. Your halftime stats here, Kelson Wells with 5 points and 2 rebounds. It's a good start to the game for her. Jocelyn Elwood has 1 assist and a steal. Eden Wolfgram leads the scoring for her squad with 8 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist and 2 steals. Nora Kraske with a rebound, and September Rao with a rebound. Coming off the bench for the Gazelles, Berkeley Olsen with 2 points and a rebound, and Jordan Cooter on a nice start. 5 points and 1 rebound for her. It's time for your halftime Beyond the Game, brought to you by Caitlin's Indoor Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. When you want comfort, you want Caitlin's. Of course, for Yankton, they've been out of school for some time. They will be back in action this upcoming week. But also, what else happened today beyond basketball? There was a high school sideline cheer team day camp that was this morning. Nothing going on tomorrow on Sunday, and then right back into it on Monday the 5th. Gymnastics with both a JV and varsity triangular at River City Gymnastics and Cheer at 5:30 on Tuesday the 6th. High school senior class registration meeting 8:50 to 9:25. And that will be for the class of 2027 at the SAC Main Theater. There, of course, on Tuesday will be a doubleheader in Vermilion. We'll have coverage of that on Yankton streaming on YouTube. Should also be on Classic Hits 106.3, barring any USD athletics. Into Wednesday, a high school junior class registration meeting. That's for the class of 2028 at the SAC Main Theater from 8:50 until 9:25. Into Thursday, a girls' state informational meeting. That's for the parents from 6 to 7 at the high school YCAH Theater, as well as a middle school 8th grade Yankton High School registration parent meeting at 7 to 8. That's at the middle school lecture hall and theater. And that brings us into Friday of next week. Lots of basketball, as it will be a doubleheader against Mitchell at Mitchell. Both the Gazelles and Bucks will be in action. As our halftime comes to a close, another score update. The Bucks up 20 points with 5 minutes to play in the third quarter. Again, Yankton streaming on YouTube has the coverage there. It is Parker Orr on the call, filling in. Of course, wish I could be there, but also want to be here as well on these split games. Can make things difficult. but some good games going on between Yankton and Aberdeen Central. We'll take our final break of the half. When we return, the third quarter on its way for the Gazelles, who trail 34-20 on Fox Sports Radio and Yankton, streaming on YouTube.
Dive into the delicious all-you-can-eat Asian buffet, featuring mouth-watering Asian cuisine like broccoli beef, General Chicken, sesame chicken, so much more. Or choose from a fresh selection of meats, noodles, rice, vegetables, Asian-inspired sauces, and watch them sizzle on the Mongolian grill. Plus tantalizing desserts, including ice cream. Get your fill at King Buffet and Mongolian Grill, North Broadway, Yankton.
Do you realize what your Yankton Hy-Vee has to offer? Aisles online, delivery, catering, fresh floral and bakery departments, pharmacy with drive-up, and online prescription refills, Hy-Vee Health Market, dietitian service, fresh seafood department, U.S. Postal Substation, take and bake for breakfast, and family meal deals. Yes, all that and more is at your Yankton Hy-Vee, located on the corner of 21st Street and Broadway Avenue in Yankton.
Larson Carpet has all your flooring needs. Step into their showroom to see a wide selection of all types of flooring. They have soft and luxurious carpet that's sure to bring comfort to your home. Stylized tile to make any room pop. Different color options of hardwood to make matching easy. And convenient vinyl plank for when spills happen. Of course, with the best customer service in the area. Their knowledgeable staff will make sure to answer any questions you might have. Larson Carpet, 212 Walnut.
Looking to buy a home or maybe sell? Trust the name that puts you first. America's Best Realty. From your first showing to the final signature, their expert agents guide you every step of the way. Fast closings, top market value, and real service you can count on. Your dream home, they will find it. Selling fast, they will make it happen. Call America's Best Realty at 605-260-1600. America's Best Realty, because you deserve the best.
And back to the floor for the start of our second half. The buzzer has sounded. It's 34-20. The Gazelles trail Aberdeen Central. It was a 20-point lead at one point for Aberdeen Central, but the Gazelles closed out that second quarter, outscoring Aberdeen Central by 6. 8 minutes to play in the third, and the Golden Eagles will start with possession. They now move it left to right as you watch it on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Down low, a dish to Hermanson, and she's got another quick two. She has made her presence felt in the post today. Yankton's offense looks to get things rolling a little bit better here in the second half. Nora Kraske has it, drives into the lane, dishes it out. Wells, wide open look from three, just short. The Gazelles, again, have had some really good looks. They just haven't quite fallen in today's game. It's been the opposite for Aberdeen Central. Down low, they move it. Hermanson, another two. Hermanson is into double-digit scoring. She's got 10, trails only Lauren Burkhardt. Those are the two main players that Coach Peyton Burkhardt said to keep an eye on for Aberdeen Central. Now a turnover as miscommunication between Jocelyn Elwood and Eden Wolfgram as Aberdeen Central takes it right back. Wolfgram on defense got a hand on it but couldn't quite pull it away. Down low again, Hermanson, left-handed off the glass. She now leads the game in scoring with 12. A 6-0 start here in the third quarter as Kraske's three off target. But again, a 6-0 start for Aberdeen Central has them back up 20. Gazelles fought hard to get it down to 14, and just like that, right back up at that score went for the Golden Eagles. Dorr got cut off baseline, dishes it out. Yeski nearly lost the basketball. Wolfgram all over her, gives it up. Now down low, Hermanson has it again. Hermanson scores yet again, and now the whistles will blow, and I think they're just going to tell Rao to tie her shoe, as a few subs will come in for Yankton here. As we've got Berkeley Olson, Tyan Bestie, and Jordan Kudera. They're on the floor along with Eden Wolfgram and Nora Kraske. 42-20, it's the largest this deficit has been for Yankton here. Cutting baseline is Wolfgram. Hermanson got a hand on the ball, but also a hand on Wolfgram. She'll be called for a foul, our first in the third quarter. In Yankton, the Bucks up big time. It's 48-25 late in the third quarter. A 23-point lead on their way, hopefully, to their first victory of the year. Inbound gets in. Kraske, who drives it and is fouled on the shot. Back-to-back fouls for the Golden Eagles, and free throws coming up for Nora Kraske, as the foul, I believe, is on Ava Yeski, which would be her third personal. Kraske misses the first of two. And they did confirm the foul was on Ava Yeski. Kraske's next attempt falls, and that is her first score of the game. Some pressure here applied by Yankton. They get the turnover. Jordan Kudera dishes it up ahead. Wolfgram fouled and gets the bucket. Eden Wolfgram, another 2 points for her. She's into double-digit scoring. And the free throw is good. Eden Wolfgram now into, again, double-digit scoring as more full-court pressure from the Gazelles. This time they'll foul. We'll see if it's on Wolfgram or Kudera, as they were both there. And it goes against Kudera. That is her first and the Gazelles' first here of the second half. 5:35 to play in the third quarter, 42-24. It's just hanging right around that 20-point clip. And for Yankton, just trying to make some progress here as Withers got the shot up. Surprised she was able to even corral that pass. A nice job on her end. And she's fouled. She'll take 2 free throws. Nora Kraske gets her second, as well as the Gazelles' second. First of 2 is good for Withers. Kennedy Withers, if she knocks down this second free throw, will have 10 points in the game. A senior and a starter for the squad as she swishes in the second of 2. Back up to a 20-point lead for Aberdeen Central, and now a timeout called by Coach Savvy of the Gazelles. Another Lindsay Echo Water Systems of Yankton water break. We'll take the break when we return. 5:25 to play in our third quarter of action.
Looking for a photo that actually looks like you, but better? At Meridian Photo, we specialize in capturing personality, not just poses. Whether it's headshots, high school seniors, family sessions, or team and individual sports photos, we'll make you look like a legend. We've just landed in the Meridian District of Yankton. Book your session today at meridian-photo.com or give us a call at 605-655-4598. Meridian Photo. Be you. You deserve it.
Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team specializing in all things heating and cooling, as well as heat and glow gas, wood, and electric fireplaces, humidifiers and dehumidifiers, and all styles of ductless mini-split systems. Whether you are building or remodeling, our team of innovative experts will get you the correct equipment and indoor air quality accessories you need for your home or business. Remember, Kaiser Heating and Cooling is your hometown team for all things heating and cooling for the past 77 years. Go Bucks and Gazelles.
Out of the break, it is 44-24, favoring Aberdeen Central on our Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. Thanks for tuning in today. I'm Zach Spear alongside Justin Paisano as the Bucks and Gazelles are split today. Gazelles here in Aberdeen. The Bucks at home as they look to get their first win of the season, up 24 points late in the third quarter. Parker Orr's on the call. That's also on Yankton, streaming on YouTube. Gazelles out of the break with the basketball. The timeout was called by Coach Savvy. He's used 2 in this game so far. 3 remaining for the rest of the game. Coach Burkhardt for Aberdeen Central has not had to use any. Into the far side corner, it's Tyan Bestie. Brings it into the lane, dishes it out, Kudera. Kudera bounce pass to Kraske, pump fake the three, and Yankton looking for a good shot opportunity, but good defense by the Golden Eagles has not allowed for it. On the jumper, a runner in the lane, Jordan Kudera, an impressive shot, gets it to fall. Kudera now with 7 points in the game off the bench. She's having a great game so far. Burkhardt crosses the court, a three-point attempt for the Golden Eagles. No, but Burkhardt, the offensive rebound, and gets 2 more points. Whistle will blow, and I think we've got a foul coming up here. Withers the only Golden Eagle in the area, so it's got to be on her, you think. It will go against Withers. Now that is 4 team fouls against Aberdeen Central. Any more, and the Gazelles will be in bonus the remainder of the quarter as September Rao checks back in for Yankton. Bucket will stand, but Withers will pick up her first personal of the game. Yankton right now with a 20-point deficit, looking to erase that. Rao on the near side, drives it in the lane, kicks it out. Kraske, the triple, rims in and out. She has had multiple of those that are halfway down and end up not dropping for her in this game. Amador brings the ball down the floor for Aberdeen Central. Wolfgram picks up the foul. For Wolfgram, it's her second personal, team's third. .4:16 to play in our third quarter. It's 46-26. Aberdeen Central on top. Their offense has been hot to the touch. Emma Dorr with it. She works against Jordan Kudera. To Borg on the far side. Stays beyond the perimeter. Now to Yeski, who lost control. Brings it right up to the top of the key. Sent that three short, but Dorr rings in the offensive board. It stays with the Eagles. Dorr against Kudera, brings it up to the elbow. Now Borg, baseline, drives it, dishes it out. Three-point attempt here is good. Ava Yeski knocks it in. That's her first points of the game, and 3 of them. Gazelles move the ball down the floor quickly into the lane. Wolfgram dishes it out. Jordan Kudera to the free throw line, drives with it, high off the glass, gets it to go. Jordan Kudera with 9 points now off the bench. 49-28. Aberdeen Central leads it. 3:20 to play in your third quarter of action. Borg with it, gives it up. Lauren Burkhardt gives it to Hermanson down low, and she is making it look easy with her 16th point. All 16 points have come down low for Taryn Hermanson. On the other side, Nora Kraske gets the threes rolling and buries the triple, her first of the game. Again, that score just staying right around the 20-point mark. As this one tipped away, Eden Wolfgram gets the steal and a quick layup on the other end. Eden Wolfgram, her third steal of the game, up to 13 points in the game. Emma Dorr works against Wolfgram. Wolfgram making some good pressure, but up ahead they get it to Lauren Burkhardt, gets an open look. The runner is in. Lauren Burkhardt with her 15th point in the game. Her and Hermanson have combined for 31 of their team's 53. Nora Kraske into the lane, loses the basketball on the floor, gets it out. Behind the back is Rao to Kudera. Kudera out. Kraske wants another three. Off the back iron it goes. Fight for the rebound. It's saved into the hands of Wolfgram. Gazelles another opportunity. Kudera drives it baseline, and she's fouled on the shot attempt. Tyan Bestie, what a save there to keep it from going out of bounds. And now Jordan Kudera to the free throw line for a pair of free throws. Kudera already 4 field goals made in this game. 1 from downtown, gets the first of 2 free throws. She's scored in double digits in our game today. And a score update again for the Bucks. We're up 31 now with 6.5 to play at home. Well on their way to a victory over the Aberdeen Central Golden Eagles. Gazelles trying to make a comeback here as they trail 19 And Cooter a chance to cut that lead to 18 with the free throw. Left it short. Stays at a 19-point difference. As Camden Borg struggled with it, gave it up though. Did find Withers. Aberdeen Central nearly turned it over, but they'll be able to set up their offense. Hermanson with it at the elbow, and now a foul. And I believe it's going to go against Kelson Wells, who does not want to get Hermanson or allow her to get near that basket. Wells is tagged with the foul. Now 4 fouls on Yankton, 5 on Aberdeen Central this quarter. Yankton in bonus as Hermanson, a quick dish, but it's poked free. Wolfgram, 4 steals already. Up ahead, Kudera. That one nearly went out of bounds, saved, and then into the hands of Emma Dorr. An opportunity the Gazelles would love to have back there as we have under 90 seconds to play in our third quarter. Dorr with it, works against Wolfgram. Gazelles defense trying to be aggressive as Hermanson again off the glass and the foul. Hermanson looks unstoppable on the floor right now. Taryn Hermanson, her first free throw coming up here. After the and one got the bucket. Now looking for the free throw as Wells picked up her third, and it's swished on in. Brenna Elwood in for Yankton. Up ahead, she fires it. Kelson, the crossover, brings it to the lane, and now looking to score it off the glass. What a move, Kelson Wells. Still full court pressure here from Yankton, who trails 20. Love the aggression that we're seeing from Kelson Wells on offense. It's something the Gazelles have needed here, as applying the pressure is this Yankton defense. Withers with it. Hands it off. Now an open look. Far side 3. Way too much. Hermanson offensive rebound. What I believe probably her first miss. Gets her own board and puts it in. Taryn Hermanson has crossed the 20-point mark in our game today. Under 30 seconds now to play in our third quarter of action. Yankton trails by 22. Brenna Elwood hands it off Eden Wolfgram. Wolfgram brings it well out near the half-court line. Shot clock has been turned off. Wolfgram trying to dribble out as much time as possible. Gets the switch with Emma Dorr right back on her. The step back mid-range jumper, no good. And now a foul by Wolfgram. And that is going to be free throws for Aberdeen Central, who are in the bonus. A costly foul there. Wolfgram wanted to try and get the rebound for a chance for some late third quarter points. Instead, it goes the other direction with Emma Dorr at the free throw line. Dorr's first of 2 is good. 59-36 on your Fox Stop of Yankton scoreboard. Next one good as well, makes it 60-36. Aberdeen Central has scored a lot of points here. Inbound, and Brenna Elwood fires the over half-court shot. It falls short as we wrap up our third quarter of play. We've got 8 minutes to go here. 60-36. Aberdeen Central leads this one on Fox Sports Radio, and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Your local KFC Taco Bell at 2504 Fox Run Parkway in Yankton offers 2 menus combined into one. Something for everyone at KFC Taco Bell. When your family's hungry and can't decide between crispy chicken and mashed potatoes or tacos, burritos, and protein bowls, well, you don't have to choose. Get the best of both worlds in one stop. Cool down with the legendary Baja Blast Freeze or heat things up with a variety of hot sauces. KFC Taco Bell Yankton. Why pick one when you can have both?
Hi, I'm Franny Kiefer with the Yankton School District Alumni Association. We strive to create a community of alumni and friends who support extracurricular and educational opportunities in the Yankton School District through scholarships, grants, innovative education opportunities, and staff appreciation. With us, you will keep connected to a community of Yankton School District alumni and friends all over. You can help continue to pay it forward and help future graduates. Register today at the Yankton School District Alumni Association website.
8 minutes to play in this one. It is 60-36. Aberdeen Central leads it. A score update on the Bucks, who are going to pull in their first win of the season. Congratulations to Coach Haynes and the Bucks, who are up 68-35 with 50 seconds to play. Again, it'll be their first victory on the season as they took on Aberdeen Central at home. It was split games. Gazelles here trail 24 with 8 minutes to go in this one. Inbound is in from Brenna Elwood to Eden Wolfgram. Elwood hands it off Jocelyn Elwood. They bring it around the floor. Ty and Bestie trying to work it down low. It's knocked out of bounds. It'll stay with Yankton. She was trying to find Wells, who's had a nice game offensively with 7 points. Bestie finds an open Wells, knocks it in. 9 points now for Kelson Wells. Ty and Bessie, her third assist of the night, but just a great cut towards the hoop for Kelson Wells there. That pass nearly deflected. Stays with Aberdeen Central. 7:30 to play here. Ty and Bestie works against Borg. It's nearly knocked out of bounds. Bestie tried wrapping around Borg to keep it in. Instead, she'll be the last one to touch it. 60-38, Gazelles trail. 7:24, Golden Eagles basketball. Ava Yeski to inbound it here. Finds Emma Dorr, who works against Wolfgram defensively. Lauren Burkhardt now with it on the far side. Cross-court pass, Yeski. Yeski gives it up back to Burkhardt, brings it down low and in. Lauren Burkhardt is now nearing the 20-point mark in the game here today. Gazelles moving on offense at the elbow. Wolfgram up top swings it. Ty and Bestie. Beyond the perimeter, the ball moves. Now Brenna Elwood drives with it, kicks it out. Jocelyn Elwood, wide open three is good. From Elwood to Elwood, the three is good, and Jocelyn, her first score of the game, she's got 3. 6:35 to go. It's 62-41, a 21-point difference. Ava Yeski has it for Aberdeen Central. Now to Emma Dorr, who swings it far side. Lauren Burkhardt short on the triple, and Elwood brings in the rebound. They move it across. Wolfgram fires the quick three. No. It was a good look for Wolfgram and just didn't fall. And right now, that's just kind of the story of the game for Yankton. Lauren Burkhardt, what a feed into the hands of Withers, who has an easy 2. 64-41. Cross into the near side. Elwood had it poked out of bounds. It stays with Yankton. As subs in for each side as Nora Kraske, September Rao, and Jordan Kudera are in for Yankton, along with Berkeley Olson, and Eden Wolfgram, I believe, the only one who was on the floor who will stay in after that substitution. Rao pump fakes the three, instead brings it in, dishes it out. Cross court to Kraske, it goes right back to Rao, who tries driving with it. Berkeley Olson likes the jumper, gets it. September Rao finds Berkeley Olson for 2, who has her second made field goal of the game. Under 6 to play here in the fourth quarter. Aberdeen Central nearing closer and closer to their 5th win of the season. On the far side, Ava Yeski with it. Burkhardt gets it down low as Taryn Hermanson, another bucket. I mean, what do you say? She's been good here in today's game, that is for sure. Wolfgram crosses the timeline up ahead to Nora Kraske. Wolfgram brings it baseline, had some room. She's fouled on the attempt. Taryn Hermanson picks up the foul. believe that's only her first foul, no second foul of the game. Wolfgram, 2 free throws, swishes the first of 2. I've got her down for 14 points here in the game here. No good on the second attempt here. Aberdeen Central pulls it in. Wolfgram will apply some pressure down the floor. Emma Dorr with it, nears the three-point line, kicks it out. Now the pass to Lauren Burkhardt, taken the other way. September Rao with it, has Burkhardt to beat, and she's fouled on the layup attempt. A great defensive play by September Rao there. And Lauren Burkhardt didn't give up on the play, kept on Rao just to make it tricky, and will force free throws. And now September Rao has not scored in this game. It's unusual for her to not have scored, and misses the first of 2 free throws. If she doesn't score, it'd be the first game of the year where she has been held scoreless. Second of 2 on the way. And it does fall, and she's got points in this one. 4:40 to play at 66-45. Aberdeen Central in the lead over the Gazelles. Nora Kraske works against Emma Dorr. They cross it over to Cameron Albrecht. Ball is not crossed the three-point line for this Aberdeen Central offense on this set. Albrecht with it. Back out Dorr. 10 to shoot now. Still stays beyond the perimeter. Burkhardt will drive it in, dishes it out. Emma Dorr for 3. Too much on it. Rao brings it in. Rao will hustle it down the floor. Kraske able to bring that one in. And some quick ball movement as from Rao to Kudera. The three-point attempt no good. Nearly saved by Nora Kraske. And your final score update for the Bucks. They defeat Aberdeen Central at home 68-35 with Parker Orr on the call. They get their first win of the season, as he'll shortly be chatting with head coach Chris Haynes to talk about that first win of the season. For the Gazelles, they trail 21 over halfway through the fourth quarter. Emma Dorr slips by Wolfgram. A nice move to get in for the layup. Aberdeen Central nears 70 points. Berkeley Olsen dishes it out. Sabrina Kraske the 3. Off the back iron it goes. Hermanson the rebound. Emma Dorr moves it down the floor quickly. Lauren Burkhardt right back to Dorr. Some back and forth passing. And a cutter with Yeski on the baseline. Lobs it up. And again, good defense by Yankton. Better offense, though, by Aberdeen Central. Jordan Kudera to Berkeley Olsen, who hands it off. Eden Wolfgram, money from 3. Eden Wolfgram leads the way in scoring here for the Gazelles. Her and Kudera both in double digits. 70-48. Emma Dorr with it in the lane, kicks it out. Albrecht wants the answer 3. That one rims in and out. Hermanson an offensive board, and another off the glass. It falls. On the far side, Sabrina Kraske launches the 3. It's short. 2:15 to play in this one as the time nearing an end for the Gazelles. They trail 24. It's just going to be too much to try and come back from, as Wolfgram will pick up her 4th personal foul, and it looks like Yankton will be full subbing, and so will Aberdeen Central. It's a round of applause for all the girls who were just on the floor on the court here, as now Yankton's floor made up of Lucy Johnson, Madeline Tarashinsky, Brenna Elwood, Olivia Woods, and Addison Muth. Aberdeen Central with the basketball, under 2 to play here. Albrecht with it beyond the three-point line. They try to work it down low, high off the glass, no. fight for the rebound. Aberdeen Central comes away with it. They'll set up their offense here, the Golden Eagles that is, and work this shot clock. 18 to shoot, down low. They go high off the glass and in. Kiana Erickson gets it to go. Brenna Elwood brings the ball down the floor here, now into the hands of Lucy Johnson. Some good experience here for some younger players of the Gazelles as Tarashinsky gives it up to Muth in the lane. 15 to shoot, lots of ball movement on this possession. Brenna Elwood wants the three, and it's good. Brenna Elwood the three, Olivia Woods with the assist. That is Elwood's first score here. Is now a couple more subs in for Aberdeen Central as Bentley Pickrell in the game, as well as Kendall Fisher. Under a minute to play, it's a 23-point difference. And coming up right after this game, Michael Schumacher will be live, and that will be for Vermilion Tanagers basketball. And that will be on Fox Sports Radio exclusive. Golden Eagles with it here. 47 seconds to shoot, and the pass taken away. Lucy Johnson. Up ahead, Yankton moves it, and a pass picked off, going the other way. An opportunity here is Bentley Pickrell on the layup, gets it to fall. Aberdeen Central 76 points tonight. Yankton at 51, under 30 seconds to play. Shot clock is off for the remainder of the game. Lucy Johnson with it. Up top to Madeline Tarashinsky. She'll give it up to Muth. Muth now, Olivia Woods. Woods down low, gives it up, and fouled on the shot there is Isabel Sheldon. Sheldon short on the first of two. And the next one bounces off the front iron, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, last touch by Aberdeen Central, so this young Gazelles squad will have one final opportunity to try and score. Again, great experience here for some players who don't always get in during the varsity games. 8 seconds to play here. Aberdeen will come away with their fifth win here in today's game. Madeline Tarashinsky gives it up to Muth. 3 seconds to shoot. Muth takes the long jumper, no good. And that will wrap it up here tonight. 76-51, your final score in Aberdeen, as the Golden Eagles advance to 5-1 on the year. For the Gazelles, they'll drop to 1-3. They'll be back in action on Tuesday against the Vermilion Tanagers. We'll take a quick break. We'll be back with our first Dakota National Bank postgame show. Final stats, what's up to come for the Bucks and Gazelles, and our chat with head coach Blake Savvy. That's all here on Fox Sports Radio and Yankton streaming on YouTube.
Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts on the corner of 15th and Broadway in Yankton. Your full-service flower and gift store. Beautiful fresh flower arrangements to artificial arrangements. Gifts, sympathy, foodie items to snarky gifts. Stop by and let the gals at Pied Piper give you the personal service you deserve. Brighten your day and head to Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts, where you'll find something new every time you go. Pied Piper Flowers and Gifts Yankton, they deliver.
Yankton Rexall in the Meridian District, Yankton, for all your gifts and decor needs. It's the only place in town to find both Hallmark ornaments and cards for any occasion. They also have Willow Tree and Precious Moments collectibles, the perfect anniversary and wedding gifts, nativity scenes, Watkins products, and single Abdallah chocolates. The Yankton Rexall Pharmacy for all your prescription needs. Yankton Rexall at the corner of 3rd and Douglas, downtown Yankton.
At Elwood Family Dental Care, we treat our patients like family. We have an experienced and caring dental team. We take the time to make sure you understand your oral health and answer any questions you have about your dental treatments. We take pride in educating our patients. Whether you need fillings, crowns or bridges, dental implants, just a teeth cleaning, or even Botox, come visit us at 1818 Broadway Avenue. And remember, we take care of the entire family.
Hi, it's Linda at Linda's Angel Crossing in Yankton. I carry Tribal, Lulu Bee, Ethel, Southern Lady, and Old Ranch. I have other brands too. The nursery has everything you need for babies. Copper pearl bibs, magnetic sleepers, swaddlers, bag sleepers, and baptism. Toddler clothing, boys and girls Under Armour to size 7, toys, little golden books, and other unique kids' toys. Linda's Angel Crossing, 1101 Broadway in Yankton.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, I need your help. I'm in a real pickle.
How can we help? We clean carpets, furnace and duct cleaning, mold remediation, fire restoration, water damage restoration, office cleaning, and much more.
No, Jerry, I'm in a real pickle. I'm stuck and I can't get out. Hang on, I'll send you a pic so you can see what I mean.
Oh my gosh. When you need it clean, call the Intech team, fixing pickles since 1984.
At Anytime Fitness Yankton, your fitness journey starts with one step, and Anytime Fitness will be with you every step of the way. Open 24 hours a day with top-of-the-line equipment and guidance you need to reach your goals. Plus, your membership gives you access to every Anytime Fitness gym anywhere. No matter your goals, no matter the time, you belong at Anytime Fitness Yankton, located at 2509 Fox Run Parkway. Start today at Anytime Fitness, where your fitness journey never stops.
And back for our first Go to National Bank post-game show as the Gazelles fall to Aberdeen Central 76-51. Yankton will fall to 1-3 on the season, and they'll look to bounce back next week in their next game against Vermilion, as they'll have a couple of games next week. The Bucks got their first win of the season, though, today, so Bucks and Gazelles go 1-1 overall. First Dakota National Bank of Yankton has proudly supported the dreams and banking needs of their customers for over 150 years. They offer personal, business, and ag banking solutions for every stage of your journey with 2 locations, downtown and North Broadway, Yankton. And this is your post-game show. Upcoming, we'll have your Kaiser Heating and Cooling of Yankton hot hands of the game. It's time for your final stats for the Gazelles. Kelson Wells with 3 fouls, 9 points, and 2 rebounds. Jocelyn Elwood with 3 points, a rebound, an assist, and a steal. Eden Wolfgram led the way in scoring with 17 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 4 steals. Nora Kraske with 4 points, 1 rebound. And September Rao with a point, 2 rebounds, and an assist and a steal. That does it for the starters for Yankton. Off the bench, we saw Lucy Johnson with a steal. Berkeley Olsen had a foul, 4 points, and a rebound. Jordan Cooter, a very nice game off the bench with a foul, 10 points, 1 rebound, 1 assist. Tyan Bestie with a rebound, 3 assists and a steal. And Brenna Elwood with 3 points and 1 assist. In the game, we also saw Addison Muth, Madeline Terashinsky, Sabrina Kraske, and Isabel Sheldon. Time for your Kaiser Heating and Cooling hot hands of the game. Yankton's original and most trusted heating and cooling professionals for over 76 years. Kaiser Heating and Cooling, 808 West 23rd Street of Yankton. Today's, I should say, as the game time was 3 o'clock. Today's hot hands of the game belong to Eden Wolfgram as she led the team in scoring 17 points, 4 rebounds, 1 assist, and 4 steals. So she will be our hot hands of the game here for today. Is now joining us on our post-game show is head coach Blake Savvy of the Gazelles. And Coach, well, let's just talk about what you saw on the floor here today.
Yeah, I thought the girls executed our game plan initially to start, and I think worked really hard on the defensive end. We got to give credit to Aberdeen. They came out and they shot it really, really well from the three-point line, which kind of then puts us in a little bit of limbo. Because ideally we'd like to pack the paint and make it really tough to get it to their bigs. But if their guards are going to shoot like that, now we've got to start to adjust. And then, again, to our girls, we did adjust, and I really, really was proud of them in the second quarter to come out, respond, and win the second quarter.
And offensively, we really wanted to make sure that we were running, and I think they did that. And they also did a good job trying to focus on breaking down some defenders and getting paint touches, which has really been an emphasis over Christmas break. And so against a big team, to see them get into the paint, finish some, get some fouls, and get to the free throw line, I think that they did all of those things really well. Aberdeen made some adjustments in the second half and, went to a little high-low action, and I think that just it threw us off just enough that it got us outside of our help responsibilities, and they were able to put away some points. So we got to give them credit as well.
And just looking at the scoreboard, 76 points for Aberdeen Central, but as you said, credit to the Golden Eagles. This really wasn't anything where it felt like your defense maybe just got torched. It just felt like they couldn't miss. In that first quarter, lights out shooting from downtown. Then if you look at the 51 points that your team put up, that's 9 points more than your average game, and that's against a very good Aberdeen Central team.
Yeah, and I think that's what our girls are continuing to learn is when we get paint touches, I think really good thing. We have girls that can get to the rim and finish or convert from the free throw line. But along with that, when you get paint touches, you're shooting in rhythm shots from the three-point line. And I think we can convert at a higher rate there as well. But what I like tonight is even without shooting super high percentage from the three-point line, we were able to have other answers just by getting to the paint and continuing to move the ball.
And there's a couple of players I did want to shout out in today's game, and that would be Kelson Wells, and then off the bench, Jordan Kudera. Kudera with double-digit points off the bench, and Kelson Wells playing very aggressive on offense, even more so than what we've seen this year. Those two just really impressive games, and it's great to see the growth from them on the floor.
Yeah, I think that's something we've challenged Kelson in, and we saw that a lot this summer. Haven't seen it really the first 3 games, but she did take it out tonight, and that's really important when she's got matchups like that she kind of becomes a person we can go to for a mismatch a little bit, bring a big out onto the perimeter and try and let her drive and be aggressive. And then Jordan, she had a great JV game. She had 20 points in 3 quarters in the JV game, and she continued and let that flow right into the varsity game. And so it's been fun, I think, to see her really start to gain some confidence again and, on both ends. I think she played really hard on the defensive end too. And so those are things that are really important going forward. And, like we talked about in the locker room, we played that game a lot tighter than the scoreboard, and for going into the number 4 team in the state. I really like the fight we showed and the resolve to find some solutions. And I think we're knocking right on the door, and there's going to be a lot of really good things that happen for this team.
And coming up for next week, a couple of games. Take me through what next week is going to look like for you and the team.
Yeah, we've got to go right away on Monday and prep for Vermilion. They're a team that we've seen a little bit in the summer and played against them, and they've got a really good guard in Taylor Ruvers, who, she might be the best guard in the state of South Dakota. So we have to have a plan for her. And then we've got to just continue to find that offense that we found tonight and hopefully add a little bit more shooting to that. But, again, for us, I think defensively is where it has to happen. 51 points is a great spot for us to be offensively, and so we've got to find a way to hold teams under that so that we're in those games and winning more of them with our defense.
Well, Coach, as always, thanks for the time. I'll let you get on the bus. Quite a long trip to get home, and we'll be in talks with you next week.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Go Gazelles.
Again, that was head coach Blake Savvy of the Yankton Gazelles, and that about wraps it up here as we got to get right into Vermilion Tanagers pregame with Michael Schumacher. Again, that will be on ESPN, or Fox Sports Radio, as we've made that switch officially. It's on 101.5 AM 1570. For the final time on Yankton, streaming on YouTube, I'm Zach Spear alongside Justin Paisano. Have a great Saturday. And now on to Tanagers basketball.
This has been a presentation of Yankton High School basketball from 5 Star Communications. Thanks for tuning in, and join us next time for all Yankton athletics. Go Bucks and Gazelles!